Hi, my name is Sharon Graham, and today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the advantages to breastfeeding your child. As a mother to 6 daughters, I feel like an expert in the breastfeeding field. I exclusively nurse each and every one of my daughters a year to a year and a half, depending on the child, so I would say that gives me a good solid 10 years of breastfeeding experience. The first feature of breastfeeding I'd like to point out is the convenience. Breastfeeding is extremely convenient. On those long, sleepless nights, your baby is crying and you're exhausted. Instead of trudging down to the kitchen to mix up the formula, you warm it up, you cool it down to get it just the right temperature your baby needs. Your body provides exactly what your child needs at any given time, night or day. With no extra paraphernalia, you and your baby is all you need. You simply scoop up your child, you place her to the breast, she nurses, she's quickly back to sleep, and so are you. Another benefit to breastfeeding is you have milk on demand for your child at any given time, night or day. There are no oh no moments. Oh no, I forgot to stop at the store and buy formula. Oh no, I'm trapped in a car with a crying baby and the bottle is empty. There are no oh no, I ran out of formula and now I have to go to the store in the middle of the night. You have exactly what you need at any given time, night or day, to feed your child. In addition to the convenience, another great benefit is cost. Breastfeeding is free, and making the choice to raise a child is a huge financial commitment, and choosing to formula feed your child is an unnecessary additional cost. According to the La Leche League, formula feeding your infant for a single year costs $1,200 to $1,500. Instead of wasting your hard-earned money on formula, you can use this money on something that nature doesn't provide, like diapers, car seat strollers, clothes, you name it. The list goes on and on. Let's face it, having children is expensive, and anywhere you can save money as well as benefit you and your child is a good thing. Another benefit associated with breastfeeding is it helps your body return to pre-pregnancy weight. This is very important to us new moms. After carrying another human being for 9 long months, we just want our body back, and breastfeeding can definitely help you do this. According to Livestrong.com, a breastfeeding mother burns an additional 200 to 500 calories per day, more than a non-breastfeeding mother. Breastfeeding also reduces postpartum bleeding and helps shrink your uterus back to its pre-pregnancy size, which again aids in quickly returning your body back to pre-pregnancy shape and size. You look better, you feel better, you sleep better, and you're better equipped to care for your child. Breastfeeding also enhances the emotional bond between mother and child through skin-on-skin touching and extended eye contact, which is typical with breastfeeding. Breastfeeding also releases a hormone called oxytocin in the mother. The hormone oxytocin is nicknamed the love hormone, and for good reason. Oxytocin promotes the feelings of tenderness and love between a mother and a child. This hormone helps to ensure the survival of the child. The effect of oxytocin cannot be overstated. The feeling of love and absolute devotion I felt when I placed my child to my breast is the single most profoundly emotional, moving experience of my life. Many critics would have you believe that formula feeding your child is just as good as breastfeeding, and they are most certainly wrong. Until the invention of milk pasteurization, breastfeeding was the only way to feed your infant since the beginning of humanity. Upon the discovery of milk pasteurization, the milk industry was left with a byproduct, trash. They wanted a way to market this leftover byproduct. They took the whey product and they marketed to upper class women as a way to free them from the confines of nursing their child. So what the public failed to learn was that formula feeding actually endangered the health of a child by increasing the risk of infections, malnutrition, anemia, brain damage, and even death. Cases of rickets, scurvy, and diarrheal disease and blindness due to vitamin A deficiency skyrocketed in the population of formula-fed infants. As early as 1913, studies had been conducted to determine the consequences of formula feeding an infant. Dr. Hector Cameron highlighted the disadvantages to artificially feeding your child. Dr. Cameron found that bottle-fed infants suffered more alimentary disturbances than infants who were breastfed. Cameron also found that infants who were bottle-fed contracted bronchitis, tonsillitis, and influenza more frequently than breastfed infants, and the severity and duration of these illnesses were more prolonged in bottle-fed children. However, by the time artificial formula industry saw the huge revenues that they could make, and they determined that the money to be made off of artificial formula was more important than the health risk posed to the infants, and continued to promote the chemically engineered formula to infants. In contrast to breastfeeding, in contrast to formula feeding, breastfeeding has been scientifically proven over and over again to be the optimal nourishment for infants. According to womenshealth.gov, breastfeeding a child reduces the risk of allergies, ear infection, and respiratory infection, reduced cases of asthma, obesity, diabetes, and even certain childhood cancers like leukemia and lymphoma. Breastfeeding an infant even reduces the risk of sudden infant death syndrome. Breastfeeding has been found to be linked to increased IQs among children who have been nursed more than 4 months, and a greater emotional bond between the mother and the child. Benefits for the mother include reduced risk of breast and ovarian cancer, even a reduced risk of osteoporosis in old age, and of course the quicker return to your pre-pregnancy body shape and weight. Formula pales in comparison to breast milk in providing vitamins, proteins, and essential fatty acids for brain development. In conclusion, breastfeeding is not only a convenient and affordable way to nourish your child, but is the wisest health decision you can make for your child. I hope that when you decide to have a child, you consider breastfeeding. The bond you create with your child and the health benefits you pass on will last a lifetime. Thank you.